Hello, Libra. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Libra is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Libra, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And we start with the Wheel of Fortune. This is someone who is very, very heavily connected with spirit. I feel like you accept the divine timing. You put a lot of faith and hope and trust into the universe around you. Okay? I feel like right away your life's going to start getting better. This is a card of very good luck. Okay? You're entering a winning streak. Yeah. But I feel like you're somebody that really I feel like you have a lot of compassion for other people. You know what it's like to be at the bottom of the wheel, between the rubber and the road. So I think as you start to ascend this wheel, it's really going to require that you put your trust in other people and that you also offer your compassion to other people. I feel like you're somebody who always you feel very connected with the universe. Like your heart has always felt very deeply for other people. And I think that you care about the world. And I think that you want everybody to rise. You want everybody to kind of get to the top of that wheel. Yeah. I think that you have been noticing a lot more signs and symbols and synchronicities. I want you to tell me what the most recent significant synchronicity was, the meaningful coincidence for you. What was it? Okay, the recent one. I think that Spirit is putting all of the right people, places, and things on your path when and where you need them. You have to have the ability to connect with those things, and that's that compassion. Okay, sharing your passion with somebody. Okay, sharing in that emotional experience. When people are down, you can relate to them, You can feel for them. You can feel with them. Okay? And when things are good, and when life is getting better, you can celebrate with them too. And allow them to celebrate with you. I think there are people in your life that are there when you're down, and there are people that are there when you're up too. I feel like you're being told to really focus on those connections, because I feel like that's really going to help things accelerate and progress in the right direction. This is a card of expansion. This is a card of profit. This is the card of grace, and of course, good fortune. So let's put it into context. Context is everything. Okay. Now we have a Queen of Cups. There is some of that compassion in action. Yeah. We have the Moon card. We have a Six of Cups. We have a Queen of Swords. We have a Nine of Wands. We have a Seven of Cups and a Princess of Pentacles. A Five of Swords and the Devil card. Interesting with that Devil card there. Okay. I feel like there's kind of I almost feel like there's a moment of reconnection happening. And I don't know if this is between you and another person, or if there's a reconnection that's happening kind of with your sense of purpose. Okay? I think that your empathy and your kindness are really, they're having an effect on people in ways that you don't even understand. The way that you treat other people, the way that you interact with other people is really, really important. And it really does you're gentle. You have like a gentleness kind of thing going on, right? And I think you're really, like, you're having a massive influence in other people's lives. And I think that you need to kind of allow those people to kind of bring some love and some joy into your heart too. Okay? I think that you're able to, you have that kind of compassion that, like, can recognize when other people are suffering, even if they don't say it, even if they don't tell you, but you know. Right? It's kind of part of our Seven of Cups. I think this is really some of that good empathy, although sometimes we get too much of the residue. Okay, that's kind of a problem with that. But it's your ability to look at someone and know what they're going through, even if they don't tell you, but to know kind of how to support that person. And I think you also need to allow that kind of support into your life too. Okay, I think there is some kind of an unexpected gesture that's taking place in your life right now that's going to, like, I don't know, almost like restore a little bit of faith in that kind of like divine timing. You know, something's coming in. I feel like there is some kind of a message or a gesture from somebody, maybe a family member. Okay, reaching out with some kind of a gift or a message or an offering, and it's going to catch you by surprise because it's like, how did they know? You know what I mean? They're going to just come at like the right time for you. That's going to seem like serendipity. And, well, it is. Okay. I think that your openness and your compassion and your empathy, it is a gift. Sometimes it can feel like a burden when you're able to really pick up on everybody's emotional vibration. Sometimes we get, like I said, we get stuck with a little bit of that residue, right? So that's kind of in your general energy position. I think there's a misunderstanding that's finally getting cleared up between you and somebody else, okay? I think forgiveness is really going to be a big thing to help kind of heal things along. I don't know if this is a family member. It's possible it's something going on at work. But harmony is really going to kind of take over here, restoring the harmony. And I think that really is enabling you to let go of some burdens, right? Let go of some kind of discord, something that's been chaining down your ambition, your creative will, your driving force, the engine of your car, right? Something that's been kind of dragging your progress a little bit. So anyway, a lot of good energy here. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set it down right over here with Alien, Simon, Mork, Ripley right there on top. And we're not going to take you to our leader until the very end of the reading, where the mystery card will tie everything together and give us the confirmation that we need. If at any moment during this message you feel like you might know what that card might be, put your prediction in the comments down beneath the video. Yeah. Let's look around the room, because we see 1, 2, 3 major arcana energies, okay? We see the Wheel of Fortune, the Moon, and the Devil card, of course. And I feel that there is there's kind of a threshold that needs to be crossed. There's something going on that's kind of under the surface. Some kind of, I don't know, it feels like something's about to be brought to light. Okay, it feels like the sun is about to rise somewhere, okay? We see a little bit of fire. And maybe this is really what it's all about, restoring this connection. Yeah, restoring that connection. And we've got, of course, water, water and water. We've got air and air. And we've got a little bit of earth energy over here. So your Queen of Cups, now this is a card of emotional intelligence, emotional transparency. Okay, I feel like this is some kind of like something's lifting the veil here. Something is being revealed. And it feels like there's either that reconnection or like some kind of a heartfelt message or something that's coming through that's really going to It's really going to hit you deeply, but it's going to bring about some sort of clarity. It's going to allow you to kind of turn the page with somebody, or like to let go of some grudges, to let go of a conflict. Okay. With the Wheel of Fortune here, feels like divine timing. It feels like this compassion that you feel and your ability to kind of, I don't know, it's like even when somebody kind of wrongs you, you have an ability to understand where they're coming from and what they're kind of going through. I feel like it's a family thing, although it could be a workplace situation. But if it is, it's somebody at work that really you feel connected to. Okay. So I feel that there's a gesture that's coming through. So somebody's doing something or saying something or giving you something that has a weird sense of synchronicity to it. It's like they're giving you some kind of an object or a gift, and you're looking at it and you're like, I never told anybody about this. How did you know that I wanted this or needed this or I was dreaming of this? It has something like it connects with something inside of you that they had no way of knowing. It's like they buy you a little owl statue or something. You're like, how do you know I've been dreaming of owls? And I didn't know. I don't know. I saw it and I thought of you. That sort of thing. So it feels like it's kind of placed on your path intentionally by Spirit as sort of as a sign, as a signal. And I think that's really connecting you with this moon energy underneath the surface, because something is kind of breaking through. A new light is kind of dawning here. And it might be reconnecting with this person through this gesture that just sort of like whatever it is that they bring you, whether it's a message, a note, some kind of a gesture, or like a gift or something. I think that it's so divinely timed that whatever the conflict or whatever the sort of the disagreement that y'all been having is going to be released. It's going to be gone. Okay. We have this moon card underneath the surface. That's a divine doorway. Let's do a divine doorway oracle card. The heart healing morning now has had its time. Do not pay it a single dime. Emerge from the darkness, a new day starts. Let light embrace the healing heart. So yeah, the healing heart, I think, is going to be a big part of whatever the rift is with this person is going to be healed. Okay, so it's like no more conflict, no more disagreement, no more animosity, no more resentment, no more grudges. Okay, it's a new day, and let the sun rise from this darkness. Now, Spirit's also telling me that your empathy and your compassion is really like your gentleness has really touched someone's life in more ways than you know. And I wonder if this kind of message that's coming through from this person is kind of like almost an appreciation for you. It's almost like something that I feel like somebody's letting you know how much you meant to them or how much you really affected their lives, and you had no idea. Okay? That there's something unseen, because see the moon card, something's hidden from you. There's something that you didn't know. But I think somebody is kind of like, somebody's approaching you and they're going to reveal their truth, their emotional honesty to you and say, look, you have changed my life. And you're going to think, what, me? Who, what, me? And I think that it's kind of, it shows your true nature, that you're not out for recognition, that you're not that way intentionally in order to get something from people, but it's just kind of like your general nature. People feel, I don't know if it's inspired or people feel safe with you or something like that. Okay, but your energy, I think, really has healed other people. Could be that you're a natural healer, and it may be something that you're not really aware of. I don't think you're aware of how much your energy impacts other people in a very positive way, either through inspiration or just through like being there, just your presence, or your emotional honesty, or even your thoughtfulness. I feel like you're a very thoughtful person. Okay. In the background, the Six of Cups, this is a sense of community. This is love, harmony. This is pets, plants, people. This is everybody getting along. This is tranquility. Okay. This is the harmony and pleasure of love. This could be family, this could be friends, this could be in the workplace, this could be at school. It doesn't matter. But it's everybody's getting along, everybody feels valued. Everybody feels like they belong, whether this is you and one other person or a group of people. I kind of feel like there's a group of people. We have the three court cards, kind of, suggesting there might be a group of people. Or this is at least one connection with one person in a group setting. So it's one particular person at work, one particular person in the family, or one particular person at school, right? That sort of energy. I feel like an unexpected gesture is really going to restore your faith in like the timing of love. And it's going to restore your faith in divine timing. It's going to restore the harmony of whatever this situation is, whatever this group of people is for you. Okay? Because we have this 5 here, which shows that there's just some confusion, there's some questioning, there's some disagreements, there's some kind of beef going on. It might be that misunderstanding, This is harmony. The 6 of Cups is that kind of, that beauty and that flow. It's like that now, that love, there's nothing interfering with that love flowing between you and this person. It doesn't have to be romantic, but it could be, okay? It could be that best friend energy. It could be just that coworker. It could be just a family member that y'all haven't been getting along lately. I want you to claim this because something is taking place now that's going to restore this harmony. And it's going to restore your faith in the divine timing, right? And it may be romantic. It may be your current romantic partner, if you have one, okay? Something along those lines. I want you to claim this reading. I feel that the Queen of Cups is willing to go really deep. Okay? Realizing somebody's doing something. I keep coming back to this idea. Somebody's making a gesture that's going to hit you real deep. And it's going to allow you to realize that whatever this beef is or whatever this conflict is just surface level stuff. It doesn't really mean that much. Because it's something that really is affecting you very, very deeply. Okay, it's some kind of a gift or a message, a word or a gesture, or even kind of bringing up an old memory or something that's just like, it lets you realize that what were we arguing about anyway? What is the conflict we have? It's like, I don't even remember anymore. Okay, because you're put back in that state of harmony. And that's the real benefit here, that real connection. Okay. You have a Queen of Swords up above you here. That's somebody that's able to really look objectively into the past. And I think that, to me, this feels like a very kind energy, right? But it feels like somebody who's like a straight shooter. It feels like somebody who doesn't sugarcoat everything. Like, I feel like you're somebody that people gravitate toward. People want to get close to you because you're honest. You're emotionally honest, and you're able to communicate that in a way that is respected by other people and appreciated by other people. It's a kindness. You radiate a kind of warmth, but it's very honest. It's not fake. It's not sugar-coated. With you, it's kind of like what people see is what they get. You're authentic. You are who you claim to be, And I think it really makes people want to get close to you. And I think that it's important that you allow that energy in. It's important that you allow this connection to happen, because I feel like it's doing more than just restoring the harmony in this group setting. I feel like it's giving you the push that you need to continue some line of work or development or ambition or some kind of path or goal that you've been on. Okay. So this is above you right now, and I think this is both of the queens also, right, are kind of looking at the past and probably realizing that this relationship is way more important and meaningful, is way more valuable than whatever this disagreement is or was, whatever the misunderstanding. Okay. Now, with the Nine of Wands in the future position, this is a card of strength. Okay, this is kind of a card of, to me, somebody who is realizing how important they are. Okay, and I think that the gesture from this other person, I feel like somebody who's very important to you is noticing, has noticed you or has brought you this gift or this offering, and it's like that gesture is going to make you feel loved and valued, and it's going to empower you. Someone is confirming how important you are to them through this gesture, that it's kind of like, I don't know, it's something, maybe it connects with your past or your history or something you told them years ago, or just, it's something very sentimental, very meaningful, what they do, that gesture. Okay. And it sort of renews your strength, makes you feel connected not only with them, but with yourself as well. Okay. And I think somebody important to you is noticing how much you really truly care. They're noticing something, and they're able to connect with something really deep in you. Okay, really kind of core values, core beliefs, core emotions. Okay. And I think that they're able to really, I mean, they're able to show you that empathy. They're showing you that they really care and that they really value and appreciate you because of how much you care, right? A lot of feelings here today. I'm going to cry here. I feel like this is really like, it makes you feel good. It makes you feel capable of anything, you know? And you're not somebody typically that like relies on relationships to feel strong. You're strong anyway, right? But it certainly helps when the people that you love and the people that you find to be important and valuable remind you that you are also important and valuable. It gives you a tremendous strength to continue on with whatever you're doing in life. If this is the work thing or the family stuff, or this is your personal growth or whatever it is, I want you to claim this reading. I want you to tap the like button to seal this in. Okay, and comment yes if you feel like this is for you. Subscribe to the channel as we move over to the path of the serpent. We talk about these cards, the Seven of Cups. You're a sensitive person. You're very open. I feel like you have that kind of empathy. Yeah. Sometimes it feels like it's a very heavy weight. Sometimes it feels as if the emotions are kind of dragging you down, weighing you down. It's just like, you know how when you're wearing all your clothes and you jump into the pool, then you get out of the pool and you just feel like you're weighed down by this soggy stuff. That's kind of what this feels like. It's not toxicity, but it feels like we've been accumulating some emotional residue because of this, because of your sensitivity and your openness, which is really your gift. Sometimes it can feel like a burden. Sometimes it can feel like you've got too much of this. It's not even really, it's a feeling. It's no words really to describe it. It's a feeling that feels like you're coated in a kind of a heavy sludge. Okay? There's a need for the lightness. There's a need for ease and flow. This is kind of a swampy feeling, you know? It almost feels as if all of our movements are slow and sluggish. We feel like we're stiff, kind of. This is almost a melancholy almost kind of, maybe at some point could be a depression. But this is low. Okay? There's that feeling of low and slow and stiff, and it's like it's kind of a struggle just to take a step after a step, and But it's because you're very sensitive and you have that gift. And it is a gift. It's not a burden, it's not a curse. But if you're not able to sort of purge that energy out and release some of that, through your empathy, you're going to end up bringing on too much of that emotional residue. Okay. In the environment, you do have this Princess of Pentacles. This is in your relationships. Okay, it's the relationship card for you today. And really, this is a relationship that's gone cold. This is a cold, barren, and sterile landscape. All the verdant energy, all the life has gone underneath the snow. It's all gone down into the earth. It's cold, it's frozen, it's icy. It's scaled back and icy, right? Shout out to 21 Pilots. Their new album coming soon. I can't wait. This is kind of like I said, in a relationship that's been put on ice. It's grown a little bit cold, but there is this gesture coming in that I think is going to bring back the warmth. It's kind of going to be just like, it's going to be that moment where the two of you come together and it's kind of like, this is silly. This is silly. And there's going to be that gesture and that conversation that I think is going to bring about all of that verdant energy. So a long-standing miscommunication is going to finally clear between you and this other person, and the relationship is going to blossom and flourish again. Could be a friend, family member, classmate, colleague. It could be a lover, a romantic partner, a spouse, a life partner, whatever, whomever it is. If you want to share your story, let me know in the comments. Big shout out to everybody that journals while they're listening here. Okay, I think that's a good practice to kind of to focus, to be able to pull out those things in the reading that really stand out to you. Because when you look at your notes, right? Let's say you're in class and you're taking notes. The things that you write down, those are the things that you find important. Okay? Maybe some of it you don't care about. Then you hear that, I better write that one down. Let me know what those things are for you here, okay? And a big shout out to everybody that shows their love and compassion in the comments by encouraging others, by uplifting each other in the comments, replying to others, prayer requests, praying for other people, and really working to lift up the community here. There are a lot of comments, and I'm just one person. So this is for all of us. I appreciate everybody that does that. I really do. Okay. Anyway, the verdant energy will return. See, the Princess of Pentacles is the card that will eventually transform into the Empress, into the paradise, into that abundant garden. So it's kind of like you're cultivating something. This is going to be restored. It maybe feels frozen and icy right now, but it's going to come back to life. Okay? With the Five of Swords in this position, the fear, worry, concern, it really is suggesting that some forgiveness is going to really, is going to facilitate some of this healing and this restoration and really make space for the blossoming of this relationship. I just feel there's a little bit of a misunderstanding or a little bit of a grudge. And even here, it's kind of like whatever happened, whatever the disagreement was, I feel like this card is kind of saying like, it's not that significant anymore. Just let it go. Let it stay in the nighttime and let the sun rise. Okay, emerge from that darkness. It could be that you don't even really know exactly what it was anymore. Okay. Sometimes the moon card is a card of like all the things that we've forgotten. And so in a way, it's just kind of this, it's kind of Tarot's way of saying, forget about it. Whatever this was, forget about it. And maybe through their gesture, you are going to forget about it because you're going to say, you know what, whatever it was, it's not important. Forgiveness is your capacity to heal and make space for this to blossom again. Okay? I think, and part of that is our devil energy as well. The devil sometimes shows us chained to something. So it's kind of like something has been preventing this relationship from thriving and flourishing. Well, that's exactly what we see here. The emotional energy has been kind of has been a drag. Okay, it's been kind of like our progress here. We've been kind of stuck in the quicksand. We're chained to something that is preventing us from climbing that mountain and getting to the heights of this relationship, from really making progress, and for the Princess of Pentacles to make progress in her ascent into the Empress energy. And that, let's say, this is the relationship itself. So something has been preventing the relationship from ascending and developing into all it could be. So the harmony here, okay, is going to allow you to continue to make progress in this situation. Now, maybe this isn't exactly a relationship for you. Maybe it's the situation at work. Maybe it's the situation at home. Maybe it's the situation, that guy on that show or something. He was famous once, I think. I don't remember. But the Devil card is really a card of motivation, okay, and ambition. It talks about our three drives, the three driving forces, right? And it could be, asking us, what are we clinging to? Why are things the way they are? Because I think maybe there's a dysfunction of one of these drives. There's the creative drive, right? The desire, the drive toward progress, kind of making a difference in the world, not just for ourselves, but for others, to do something meaningful in life, right? There's the pleasure drive, doing something because it feels good. And there's the aggressive, assertive, or sovereign drive, doing something because we can, doing something just to prove that we can do something. Yeah. And so it kind of feels like there's a stubborn energy here, preventing the forgiveness, preventing the water under the bridge sort of energy. And that's where I think we need to understand what we've been clinging to. Sometimes the Devil card is an attachment. We've been indulging too much in this grudge or animosity or whatever this could be. And it's been preventing us from sort of developing the relationship further. Sometimes that Devil card is really the lone mountain goat. And it's kind of like, because there is this emotional issue, your aggressive drive has sort of picked up the slack. Because if things aren't feeling good anymore, if that pleasure drive isn't running smoothly, and we're not feeling the pleasure, something has to compensate. And what compensates? The aggressive drive, the assertive sovereign drive. So the sovereign drive, or the assertive drive, coupled with your creative drive, turns you into a lone mountain goat. You immerse yourself in your work. You don't conversate. You don't resonate with people. You don't spend time and connect with people. You just immerse yourself in your work. And you become kind of the solitary animal. That's just saying, you're putting more energy into your work, whatever your work is, because that the emotional side of things is not functioning properly. The other drive takes up the slack. Does that make sense? So I think that's kind of what we're looking at here. Let's look at the mystery card over here. I want a card of union, okay? I want to see that your compassion and empathy is really going to open the doorway to a lasting love or a flourishing relationship. Again, it doesn't have to be romantic. And I wonder if maybe this will be the Empress The Lovers, the Two of Cups, the Eon, or the Judgment card. Well, if you have a prediction, put it in the comments. Let's take a look. Oh, the Nine of Cups, yes. Yes, very good. Happiness. Happiness. This is the pleasure drive. Working just fine. Real nice, right? This is the pleasure drive that's perfectly functioning in just an amazing way. You're pursuing your happiness. You're following your bliss, okay? So I feel like your compassion, right? I feel like there is this union. Your compassion here is really opening the door for a developing relationship, for things to really get happy. So this is exactly what we're in need of when we have this. Because again, this is kind of starting to devolve. It will turn into hopelessness and apathy. It'll turn into melancholy. It'll turn into depression. You're nipping it in the bud, right? You're going to stop that before it gets down to that point by taking this gesture of this other person, taking it to heart, and allowing it to affect you, and allowing yourself to really just kind of forgive and forget and say, you know what, it's not important. That there's that bond, there's that connection there that goes deeper than whatever this surface level conflict was. I feel like it was just a disagreement. Two of you had different opinions about something, you know? But it led to the icing down of the relationship. Friendship, coworker situation, classroom situation, whatever, okay? So now we have a restoration of the pleasure drive. You're letting it feel good again. I think you want it to feel good. You want to have fun with this person. You want to like connect and bond and have a good time and feel joy. You want to feel happy. But since there's that grudge, this drive hasn't been there. You've been immersing yourself in your work. This is a fully activated assertive drive. This is a fully activated pleasure drive. And then, of course, you have your creative drive at the very top. Bingo. Look at that synchronicity. Isn't that perfect? Because this is really, that's the key there. This is what you've been doing. You've connected, since you can't connect with this person, you've connected more with your work. And that's kind of, then you're just kind of doing your own thing. You're independent. You're just immersing yourself and you're diverting more of that engine power to your work, because this rocket booster isn't working, this rocket booster had to pick up the slack. It is absolutely perfect. It's crazy, yeah. I think you're opening the door now to lasting love and abundance and the blossoming of this friendship, a romance, coworker thing, whatever it is, okay? Now we're going to do an extended reading. We'll do an I Ching hexagram. We'll do some oracle cards. There's a link in the corner. There's a link in the video description. New readings for Libra Mondays and Thursdays. Be sure to watch both readings. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you are watching from. Okay? And leave a comment flow if you're aligning with this energy now. Okay? I want you to know that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you, and I love you, and we are all in this together.